Time keeps on leaving and we keep on moving. When do we pass on our wisdom to the youth? My veteran story, lost arts discussions, fireside chats with a bourbon or two. It's time to hear the stories by military veterans. Get yourself ready. It's the Lost Arts Podcast. The Lost Arts with Andrew Cox.
Hello, my friends, and welcome back to the Lost Art Podcast. That podcast has given a voice to our veterans. On today's episode, we'll be having another fireside chat. We'll be discussing the Marine Corps Recruit Depot Museum Foundation out of San Diego, California. But before we get into the episode, are you enjoying the podcast and consider becoming a TLA patron? That's the Lost Arts Patron. It's through donations that we are able to continue recording the podcast and getting our veteran voices out for all to hear. Just go to the Lost Art website and click on the Become a Patron link at the top. If becoming a TLA patron doesn't work for you and you would rather give a one-time donation, then go to the Lost Art website, scroll down until you see the donations link. Any donation is appreciated. And if you'd like to be a guest on the podcast, then email me directly at thelostartwithandrewcox@gmail.com. And as always, we do have merchandise for sale, so you can go and get you a cup, a shirt, anything like that from the website as well. With that, I'll go ahead and introduce our guests. So we have first Angela Kuhn. She's the Deputy Executive Director. How you doing today, Angela?
I'm doing great, Andrew. How are you?
I'm doing wonderful. I'm excited to have you on. We also have Ashley Peters, the Director of Marketing as well. Ashley, how are you?
I'm doing good as well. How are you?
Fantastic. Can't complain at all. So I guess we'll just start. Tell us a little bit about the MCRD Museum Foundation and kind of what you guys do. Either one of you, whoever wants to jump in.
Alrighty.
Okay, I guess I'll give the easy part and give the hard part to Ashley. We are a nonprofit 501c3 organization, and our mission is to promote the legacy of the Marine Corps through historic preservation, free education programs, and community outreach. And we hope to impact our local community, not just Marines, all veterans, and as well as the nation.
Very nice. I like that. I like the way you even put it. You included all veterans. That's good. This is exactly what this show is about our veteran community as well. So that's great. I like how you tied that in. It's like you know what you're doing.
We try.
Yeah. Ashley, go ahead.
Yeah, so again, with that, we have a lot of programs and we have a lot of fundraising, and we keep that with our Marines, our veterans, and with our community outreach as well. So we like to be very engaging with all of those three sections in our communities. And with that, we have a voice program specifically for that. And it's called the Veterans Outreach and Increased Community Engagement. And that leads into all of our fundraising. We take a lot of donations too. That really helps with that. And it helps bring out the big events that creates a lot of camaraderie and just family relaxed environments. So I don't know if we want to go into the events, because I can talk about that for hours.
We can, yeah, most definitely. Tell us a little bit about the events that you actually host. And I know you said you take donations as well, but go ahead and talk about some of those events.
Yeah, most certainly. So one that I'm really passionate about is the Ton Tavern Tuesdays that we offer. And that is on the MCRD San Diego base. And again, going back to the camaraderie of the community and to just create a relaxed environment where we offer free tacos. We get a lot of craft beer companies that come in and a lot of donations of the beverages as well. And we had Coronado Brewing Company that came this time, and everyone enjoyed that. It was amazing. And we have our corporate sponsors too that help us afford it, and we have our grants too. But yeah, there's just a live band. We get to meet and greet people. You can bring your families. The kids are running around. It's just a really good time, honestly.
Yeah, and that's where is that located specifically? Is it on MCRD? Is it out
Mhm.
by the museum?
Yeah, so it's in the courtyard of the museum, and we also integrate within the museum. So you can go see all the exhibits. We created a scavenger hunt too this year. So that was fun.
Very,
You
yeah,
know,
I like that.
did
Yeah.
that. Yeah.
Okay, so that's Ton Tavern Tuesdays, and that's an all day event or just like for a couple of hours type of thing. What do you normally do?
Well, we do that for a couple hours. Usually we try to get the sunshine in with that. But yeah,
Makes
no, just
sense.
for a couple hours.
Okay, and then you do other events as well, or
Mhm.
like fundraising events, like anything like that?
Yeah, so we have two of those. Angela, I don't know if you want to go in on this one.
Yeah, we have this year we have a golf tournament. It is our sixth annual Sergeant Lucas T. Pyatt Memorial Golf Tournament. And it is on May 4th, May the 4th, for all of you who need the force to be with you. Easy to
Right.
remember, Cinco de Mayo weekend. And it is a solemn event due to the nature of, it's a memorial, but it's also a good time and a great way to remember what sacrifices have been made and to continue the memory of what we've done in the past, as well as have fun and get together. And it's a fundraiser, obviously. So we are raising money to go towards our programs that we have, which involve, the Ton Tavern Tuesday, veteran outreach. We have Family Gold Star program, Family Forever Gold Star program, and education programs, scholarships, and obviously, as a nonprofit organization, we really rely on these types of events and donations. So we have that, and then we have an annual gala. It's called the Globe and Anchor Salute Gala, and we are planning on having that for the very first time in the museum. And it's going
Wow.
to be a get to know your museum, and I'll even say what the theme is exclusively on Andrew Cox's podcast. It is going to be Night at the Museum. For those of you that remember the Ben Stiller movie, watch the exhibits come to life. You never know what's going to happen. So we are pumped to have it at the museum. It's usually, located at a restaurant or convention center. So this is going to be really fun for us. And all of these things, we're trying to raise money for our programs, as well as we have an Iraq and Afghanistan war memorial that we want to put up. And of course, it's very expensive. And we're raising money to start our youth education program that is more focused and more detailed. It's kind of been dormant since COVID, and we need to revive it. And it takes people to do it, and it takes resources. And it's so important to have these programs because we want to prevent veterans from, self-isolating. We want to create fun, relaxed environments where they can engage and we can be inclusive of everyone. And we're just very sensitive to what can happen after your time in the military. So we want to keep that club going. It's not just when you're on active duty, it continues.
Yeah, yeah, very good point. And you talk about your veterans and having them come out there. If there's veterans out there that would like to volunteer, I'm assuming you run a lot on volunteers and things like that. What way would they be able to do that?
Mhm.
Oh yeah, you're hitting all the good topics. We would not be here without our volunteers, and we love to recognize them. We do it every year, and we have different opportunities. You have a passion to help. You don't have to be perfect at anything. I mean, it's taking out the trash during an event, all the way up to, creating marketing things for us, or being a docent in the museum. So if you go to our webpage, you can contact us to be a volunteer, and we would love to use you.
And going
Yeah,
off
that's
of
great.
volunteers, we
Yeah, go ahead.
also, oh, sorry.
You're fine. Go ahead.
Yeah, going off of the volunteers, I mean, I also started as a volunteer myself, and we really want to include all communities. So either if you're a dependent, if you are a veteran, even if you're active duty as well, just come to the museum. You can help as well with the docents in helping our recruits and teaching them more as well. And then not only that, with the programs that we have, like we have Family Forever. And so that goes towards our families of fallen soldiers. And we use our volunteers to help put on those programs. And it helps really, again, as I've said many times, engaging the community. And I feel like if we can just bring everyone together, then it really helps to create that camaraderie.
Yeah, absolutely. One of the things I had a guest on, they're from Paris Island, live in that area, and they actually go in for, I think it's called the Legacy Program, where they talk to the recruits, and they kind of tell their stories to the recruits and answer questions, those types of things. Do you guys do the same thing on that side, San Diego?
Yeah, we are so engaged with the recruits. I mean, it's pretty much the docent program is educating the recruits, and once they go through the crucible and they're no longer a recruit but a Marine because they finished the crucible, on that 5th day, it's called the M5. The docents give them a tour of the museum, let them know what the history is, let them know where they came from, and that's something that's set up all the time. Now, there are other opportunities where you have some Marines that, got hurt, so they can't continue with the recruit training, so they're held back. So, sometimes they need the pep talks and they'll get some special tours. And our docents, get it literally is like a pep talk to keep going, because it's hard. It's hard when you get hurt and you're not able to continue your training. So yes, the docents always have an opportunity to sprinkle in their experience, and it's great.
Very nice. I like it. How many people would you say on average? Because I'm assuming like on family days, those types of things, that a lot of the family members go through the museum. So how many people would you say you're getting coming into that museum on a regular basis?
Gosh, it depends on the graduating class, how big it is. They're more plentiful in the August, September, October timeframe, because you have the kids to graduate from high school and then start their training. But a big company is something like 600. A smaller one is maybe around 200. And so it's busy on those family days and graduation days. A lot of families are coming in. I mean, over the whole year, it's over 100,000.
Right. Yeah, absolutely. What are some of the things that people could view and that are in the museum if they do show up and they want to go look? And I remember a long time ago, Chesty Puller's ribbons being there. That was a couple years back. I don't know if they're still there, but that's one of the things I remember from the museum. What other types of things do you have in there?
Yeah, so upstairs is our main exhibit area, and it kind of goes in chronological order, where you start in Vietnam era and then you'll move all the way towards forward deployed. So within each of those sections, we highlight a lot of what happened during those wars. Like in Vietnam, we have the tunnel rats. We talk a lot about who is it? Carlos Hathcock, who was the famous sniper. That leads into World War I and World War II, where we have information on devil dogs. We also have an armory, and all of those are donated weapons, and they've all, been from our veterans who have, collected them from their previous experiences and donate them to the museum, and we're able to showcase that for everyone. We have a medals room where you can interact with it as well. So we have drawers where it has all the actual real medals that have also been donated. We have, let's see, the Korean War. We have the Jeeps that are in there, or not sure the name of them.
Humvee.
The Humvees.
Humvee, yeah.
Yeah, the Humvees. And yeah,
It's
a
a
lot of
Jeep,
these
yeah.
exhibits too. A lot of these exhibits are also interactive. So we have terrestrial plane tables that have lights, they have noises to them, and it's a really fun educational experience too for those who want to learn more.
Very nice. Well, you kind of hit on something I was going to ask about, but so donating equipment or donating materials, uniform items, those types of things, is that, I mean, obviously you've gotten some of that stuff, but is that a normal thing? If people want to donate to you, would you take it type of thing, or how does that work?
It really depends, honestly.
We as the foundation don't take the donated items. It would be the actual museum director who would curate what can be, because some things are useful and some aren't as useful. And so, yeah, I just wanted to put in there that the Joni, the museum director, takes those donations and gets in touch with them.
We do also
Sounds
take some donations where if it's monetary value, then we apply that to the upkeep of the exhibits as well. So that's where some of our money goes as well.
very nice.
Oh, yeah, we are supporting the Command Museum mission.
Mhm.
Very good. Now, I know that the Marine Corps universities, they do I don't know what they call it exactly, but they record people's stories and things of that nature. Do you guys do anything like that as well, or is that a completely different thing?
We don't have anything like that right now. It's definitely something we want to integrate. We have some ideas as the foundation, but of course it's ultimately up to the museum on what they want to do. But that is something that we would like to explore, to have a little more of that in the museum.
Yeah, that'd be pretty cool. I mean, you got plenty of veterans that come in every week, and that's a perfect place to be able to kind of gather them together and just say, hey, if you want to tell your story of why you were in or whatever, and just hit record somebody, I don't know, or just set it up and people just walk in and do it.
Yep.
It'd be pretty
That's
cool.
a great idea. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm big on preserving everything. That's really kind of what my podcast is all about. It's the lost art, right? And those veteran stories I consider a huge lost art, and they don't necessarily get passed down even in families. Like my dad didn't tell me all his stories, and I wish I would have had a recording of it, and I didn't think of it. So kind of they got lost. So I want to try to preserve as much as I can as well. But I think it's important.
Yes.
So let's talk a little bit about like the gala. If people want to attend the gala, those types of things, you say go to the website for that?
Yes. So we're really exposing a lot here on TLA. It's going to be September 14th. We haven't even gotten the word out yet, but that's going to be on our website soon. Yes. And but we've already set the date. We already know it's going to be September 14th. And yeah, if they want to go, they can. All the information will be there. It's just not there right now.
No, it's okay. I'm getting you a little early, so it's all right. Is there anything else that you would like to bring up about the Museum Foundation, and anything else that maybe I've missed as we were having this conversation here?
Maybe touch more a little bit on the golf tournament as well.
Oh, yeah, the golf tournament.
Yeah. So, we are open now for people purchasing tickets. We are always open to donations as well to help with that. And we're also offering sponsorships. So either it's corporate or other companies, or even just a a startup, anybody really is able to sponsor a T-hole, for example. We can put your company logo there, and it would just really help with continuing, the memorial and the name of Sergeant Lucas T. Payette.
So, okay, do you know much about his background? So I'll be honest, I don't know anything about his background. And you've got it in his name. If either one of you could talk to that a little bit, that'd be great.
Mhm. So
Sure. Yeah. Oh, go ahead.
you can go ahead.
He was a young Marine that had deployed to Afghanistan, and it's Afghanistan, right? I think it's Afghanistan, not Iraq. But anyways, he was part of Radio Battalion, and he unfortunately was hit, and it was, a big sacrifice. And I mean, you're not going to see his name all over the place or anything like that. Just a great Marine, great NCO that, he told his parents that, he's not even afraid, he's giving it his all. And, it's just the typical mentality of, a go-getting devil dog. And he just kind of encompasses all of that as a Marine.
Very nice. I like that. And you kind of hit on the parents and like the Gold Star. And I know you mentioned that earlier. I think you called it Family Forever Gold Star Program. Is it? Did I get that right? Okay.
Yeah.
So what specifically do you do with the Gold Star families or the Gold Star? It's the families, not mothers, right? I don't know. Maybe I'm all messed up.
Yeah.
Go ahead. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So again, it basically honors the sacrifices of families who have lost their family members to active duty. And what's different from ours to others is it's consistent support that we offer these families. And we offer a community and an environment where they can build their network within the local areas of where they do live. And basically it's, we want to empathize with their needs. We want to create opportunities that have positive emotions associated to it. And we want those who have experienced, unfortunately, the same situations to come together and support one another. And again, it's that consistent support that we want to offer. It's either through events that are uplifting, it's different informational workshops that they can attend. And after that, sometimes when they do connect and they get together with one another and they just build those family memberships, or rather than membership, just family friendships. And it's something so wholesome and so dear to them that us being able to offer that and support them also means so much to us.
Yeah, very good. The Gold Star event, I used to be in the band, so I've gone to different ceremonies in different places, and there's always Gold Star parents around or family members, and that to me it's a huge thing. So I think you guys are doing fantastic with that. How would some of those Gold Star family members and stuff, if they don't know kind of what's going on, be able to reach out to you guys via the website as well, or how does that work?
Yep, definitely on the website. We have information there where they can sign up. They can also reach out to anybody or anyone on the directing or one of the directors for the foundation. Let's see, Angela, how else can they?
Yeah, they can do that. But I also want to add that it's not just Gold Star families. It used to kind of be more focused on that, but it is opened up right now. We call it Family Forever Gold Star, and it's for anyone that has lost a family member due to their service. So, for example, there are injuries physically and mentally, where you were injured while you're on active duty, but sometimes it doesn't culminate until after your time. So it is, I sometimes when people hear Gold Star, they may think, oh, that's not for me, but it's broader than that. And we want to have these families benefit through this local support. But on our website, yes, we can email anyone that is on the website or fill out a contact us form. And we'd love to include you. And it's one of those things where, there are some remembrance events, but it's not just that. It's, like Ashley said, events. We had free complimentary tickets at the Rady Shell in Jacobs Park. They would give tickets to their concerts. John Legend, there was the Jackson 5. There's just, a lot of, there was Earth, Wind, and Fire. I mean, they're just these tickets that we offer, and they have a really good time doing it. So, yeah, just reach out and we'd love to build that community.
That's awesome. Now, being in San Diego, there is a ton of local nonprofits and stuff. Do you work with any of the nonprofits in the local area as well?
Right now, our collaboration is, I mean, we're in talks with other nonprofits, but we haven't collaborated, I think, in a big way yet. We kind of had a big stumble, I guess, when COVID happened, and our staffing, just kind of depleted. And it's like we're literally, 4 years later, rebuilding in terms of staffing. So making all those contacts and having those collaborated events, we haven't done that in a while.
Right.
But we're supported by lots of nonprofits, like the USS Midway Foundation is a huge supporter. We, the women's veterans, and there's just so much support out there.
Very nice. So specifically to your foundation, let's say people want to help you out. In your mind, what do you see as the biggest needs that you need, and then be able to get the word out to everyone to try and help send that to you? What would that be? Putting you on the spot. It's okay.
Our biggest need?
Need or need.
Foundation? Yeah. Well,
yes.
It's obvious that we need monetary support. I think right now our big need, honestly, is volunteers. There's a lot of work we want to do. There's a lot of big ideas that we have. We have a volunteer that consistently helps with exhibits. We have volunteers that help with, we used to have a volunteer that helped us with our, recruit photos and yearbooks that we lost. And that was a big loss for us. In order for us to get all the work done, we just need more people who are willing to be a part of it. And also, I mean, the docents work so hard. They put in so many hours. So it's always good to have docents, veterans that can educate. And then, we always ask people to shop with us, shop at our gift shop, because, we're not as inexpensive or fast as Amazon, for example. But that every proceed that goes through our gift shop, everything that we make goes back to the Command Museum mission, goes back to our programs. All of our proceeds go back. So it's a good reason to shop with us. And, if you're going to be purchasing your, alumni paraphernalia or whatever it is, we ask that, you shop with us. And we also have our memberships, and that's a great way to support us. Our members do get invites to, member events, as well as, our Depot Dispatch magazine and other benefits that we give to our members. And by having more members, it isn't just about, the proceeds. It's about having that group and getting other people involved. So we just want to build the community. Everyone has something to offer. And right now, people think, sometimes people think the museum is a stuffy place, it's boring, but it's not, especially when you get all these different experiences together, it's a fun time. So we'd love to have that support through memberships, and they range from $35 up to $1,000. So you can contribute, I think, in any way like that.
Mm-hmm.
Very nice. Like it. Ashley, you got anything else?
I just want to say I love interacting with our members as well. I feel like I've learned so many stories that, from their backstories to either what their family members have experienced. And it's just so rewarding also helping out as much as I can. And as Angela said, with the volunteers, we also learn so much, and they offer so much to our members, just as much as we can. Our donors and our sponsors, again, we couldn't be here without them.
Right. I got another question for you, Angela. While you were talking about membership, you mentioned the Depot Dispatch magazine. I'd never heard of that. What is that?
Yeah, it's just our biannual, that means twice a year, right? Sometimes quarterly newsletter magazine. And it's just different stories and different things that are going around in the foundation. And then of course, if you want to sign up and subscribe to our newsletters that we send out every month, you can also do that. And those are free.
Very nice. Well, hey, I've been excited to hear all about your foundation and the museum and everything that you guys got going on down there. And I know the community is very thankful for everything that you give back to, even just on MCRD itself, but everything around to, everything that we've talked about today. So I want to thank you on behalf of everybody that's not associated with the foundation. Thank you for what you're doing. You're doing a fantastic job, and I appreciate it. So,
Thanks, Andrew.
Last parting shots. Do you guys have anything that you want to talk about? Say, give a shout out, whatever it is that you want to do. We're thinking. It's good. Nothing. Okay. If you don't have anything like that, I'm gonna have to ask one good story from each of you of something that has happened while you've been there at the foundation that was either impactful, funny, something like that, but you got to give me a story.
Oh gosh.
Thinking hard. Thinking real hard. Putting them on the spot.
Well, I'll give something that happened to me, and I don't know why this sticks out in my mind, but it does. At our last Globe and Anchor Salute Gala, it was my very first one that I had ever had to organize. And anyways, I was definitely, a little bit nervous, and, I wanted to put on a good face for the foundation and everything. And what happened was, when it was time for me to speak, to introduce the Marine Band San Diego and to introduce myself and the foundation, say hi to everyone. Of course, communication did not work and the mic didn't work. So I'm standing up there, just feeling really nervous and whatever, and everyone's looking at me. And this is, a fancy event, and there's no one for me to yell at or anything. And then, it's that stuff where the microphone's going in and out and making all the screeching noises, and I'm, sweating and all nervous. And then finally it kept going in and out. The mic worked, and then it didn't work, and then it worked and didn't work. So then finally I just literally just threw the mic down and used my, I guess, Marine voice to speak to the crowd. And so I'm yelling, and my voice doesn't carry very well, and I'm yelling like I'm a drill instructor, I guess. And but the thing is, though, while I'm melting inside, Apparently it didn't show, and it was everybody loved it. Everybody loved the fact that the mic didn't work and I had to use my big girl voice. And everyone made a comment about it. They're giving me high fives. We had the commanding general of the base like clapping for me, and and I'm like, okay, this is good. It got over my nerves and everything. And the next day, I'm like, goodness, if I knew that was going to be such a moment, I would have planned it out, because it set the mood for the entire event. Then I got over my nerves and everything. So yeah, I wanted to impress at my very first event. I had everybody there. Everything was going wrong for me, but it turned out to be great. And I think it was just all these. There's civilians, there's veterans, there's active duty there, and having the commanding general like clapping for me, it was great. They all came through for me, I guess, like Marines do.
That's really good. I got to say, adapt and overcome. That's one of the Marine Corps' big sayings, right? You proved right then to be able to adapt and overcome. So that's great. That's why they're cheering for you. That's
exactly
right down to exactly down to Marine Valley. Yeah. All right, Ashley, what do you got?
All right, mine's a little different, not as funny. But I think it was, again, the Globe and Anchor Gala. That was the first big event that I helped out with, and I was taking pictures. And I remember when I was going through the pictures of that event and just seeing all the smiles, all the emotions, everything everybody had, like all the hard work that, Angela and everybody else had put into that, just looking at the smiles, and it was so rewarding knowing that this is something that I'm a part of and that I'm able to help put those smiles on people's faces, and that we can capture that and we can continue doing that. This is something that I absolutely love. I love what we do, what we stand for, who we help, the continuous support that I feel like we can never not give. Everybody's heart is so full to share with one another. And that's something that I have no words for.
Very nice.
Well, hey,
Angela, Ashley, thank you both for coming on. I've had a great time with you, and thanks for explaining what the MCRD Museum Foundation is and what you guys do. It's very important, and I encourage anybody out there listening, go support the foundation. Volunteer. That's one of the big things they said, but I'm sure they'll take just about anything, but go ahead and help them out. Angela, thanks. Ashley, thank you. I truly appreciate it. To all the listeners out there, if you're struggling, you're having a hard time thinking about hurting yourself, anything like that, dial 988, press option 1. That's going to put you in contact with somebody that's going to be able to help you out. If you prefer to text, you can always text 838-255. Again, that's 838-255. And if you would prefer to chat online, you can always go to veteranscrisisline.net and then be able to hit the chat icon, and you'll be able to go on there. All of those options, somebody is going to be able to help you. But one veteran life loss is one too many. I know everybody at the Museum Foundation, they feel the same way. I feel that way, that you need that one veteran life loss is one too many. So please reach out and get the help that you need. Angela again, Ashley again, thank you. You guys stay motivated, change your socks.